when I threaten like that, he jumps on. Hang on a sec. We'll get started with Chris from WFMD's Morning News Express.
I
Good
felt the threats
morning.
through my phone. So I was like, I better hop on.
I said every time I threaten, I'm like, well, I'm stalling as long as I can, so I'm going to move, and then there you are.
Well, that's one good thing about what we do for a living is we're able to stall. So there
Yeah.
you go. We always find things to talk about. Bob left the show a little bit early, not much early, but Bob left the show a little bit early because he's taking his wife to the airport. So
Yes.
luckily, there's always things that are popping in my head that I could talk about. Not
Oh,
necessarily,
yes.
not necessarily intelligent things, but things nonetheless. So good morning.
Entertaining nonetheless.
There you go. Good morning. How are you today?
I'm excellent today. How are you?
Doing great. So, one of the main topics, and obviously we like to joke around and have fun. One of the main topics that me and Bob were talking about today, of course, was the horrible fire going on out in California. And it's you listen to the news and you hear about what all these people are going through, and it makes you feel stupid. When I say you, I mean me. It makes me feel stupid waking up in the morning, stubbing my toe, and being in a bad mood when something like what's going on out in California is affecting all these people. Um, so obviously our prayers are with them, and me and Bob were talking about this seems to be the area it's in right now. I guess called the Palisades seems to be an affluential area where people are losing their homes. And a lot of people say, well, it's no big deal for them because a lot of them have money. They can afford new homes. But it's like, in the end of the day, I think about it, like, yeah, but you can't buy memories. No matter how much money you have, you can't buy memories. And no matter if you're
Yeah.
rich or poor, these people are losing memories, maybe love letters with their wives, memories of their parents who might have passed away or children, whatever the case is. So it's very heartbreaking.
Well, and I think, what you say is very true. I think many times we get caught up in a lot of our own stuff and we forget that there are always people going through worse things than we are. So it hopefully readjusts to allow you to appreciate your life as it is, even if things are tough and a struggle. I did watch on social yesterday a woman who has a podcast, and the fires are nearing her home enough that she is evacuating. And, she was very distraught because at that point, if something were happening here and you had 24 hours to pack up everything you wanted to take with you, what would you take? And I think that, it was she was struggling because she was a podcaster. Her studio was set up in her home, and leaving that behind, though things can be replaced, the place where you launched will never be the same if she comes home and the house has been destroyed. So yeah, it's very, I think sometimes we have to remember that things are things. And but, you're right. Like if you have your, things that can't be replaced, photographs or artwork, or, things you can't possibly load up into a car within 24 hours to move. Yeah, it's really, it's terrible. And, I think that, you just pray right now that they can get this under control and that the damage is minimized as much as possible.
And one thing that we're talking about, all the obviously human casualties are horrible. I think it's a total of like 5 deaths so far, 5 or 6 last I heard. But one thing we do forget is our furry friends, our animals and our pets, because they are part of the family. And fires, they move fast as it is, but when you have winds at 40, 50 miles an hour, it makes those fires move that much faster. And you only have a certain amount of time. Heck, I was listening to a lady who was talking, and she was saying that the Palisades, again, where the fires affecting most people, are literally behind her, and she can see the fire coming towards her. So you only have so much time to act, and you have 2 dogs, a couple of cats. you want to try to get them in the car as fast as you can, obviously, but unfortunately you can't do that. So there's so many pets out there too that we do. I was always listening that there was a guy who actually, a farmer who actually had to let his horses go. Obviously, you can't take your horses and put in a car, so he just had to let them go and run. That was the only chance they had to survive. So we forget about those poor animals out there too, who are suffering and who are dying. Again, their family.
Yeah, yeah, horrible, horrible. And but one thing I do know is that we are a very um, great nation in coming together to support when something like this happens, and people are very resilient. And I think we will see that once we get away from this a little bit and things have calmed down, that we are able to come back hopefully better and than before. So
So before I get to news on a lighter thing, I have a question for you. I think I already know the answer, but I'm going to ask it anyway, just in case I can kind of slide on by. Yesterday, I'm a little behind on the movie thing, okay, but I did say 2 a week. The week's not over yet. However, I was watching something on ESPN yesterday. It's called the Baltimore Bullies. It's about the Baltimore Ravens 2000 Super Bowl. Does that indeed count as
it
a movie?
did not count.
Now, what if I would have said, I'm sorry, I made a mistake. I was watching something on the Washington Redskins and
Still
their
doesn't
Super
count.
Bowl.
Not
Oh,
iconic.
well, I mean, some would say that the Baltimore defense of 2000 was
Not
very
on the
iconic.
list. Not on the list. There
Darn.
are football
Hey,
movies on the list that you can watch. Not that one.
let me tell you, folks, Danny, when she makes rules, she sticks to her guns. And I tell you that because I used to work for her. She used to be my boss at another radio station. She sticks to her guns. That's why she's been so successful in her time out there. So I was okay. Well, you got it. All right.
Nice
So I'll have to do more.
Nice try though, and I know you're doing it for the kids, right? I know you're just
Yes.
trying to eke out some more money from us for the kids, but really, this is like when your parents used to punish you or they used to say this hurts me more than it hurts you or whatever, or you'll see on the other side why this is so good for you. That's what this is.
Well, I wouldn't know anything about that, Danny, because I was a good kid. I've never gotten punished. I never got caught smoking a cigarette in the bushes. I never got caught riding inside the garbage can when a storm came because I wanted to be in a boat on water. I never got caught putting dirt down the fish tank, thus killing many innocent fish. Hopefully, nobody from PETA is listening right now. I was a good boy, so I
Of
have no clue
course
of what
you
you're talking
were.
about.
You were an angel, an angel.
There's my little halo.
Oh, I love
All
it.
right. So I suppose I should get to some news, right?
Sure.
Man admits to a violent robbery in Frederick, sentencing scheduled for February. Suspect attacked and robbed a mother and an 8-year-old child. The Frederick man pleaded guilty Tuesday to robbery with a dangerous weapon following a May 2023 attack in which he pepper sprayed a mother and her 8-year-old child before fleeing with the woman's pocket purse. Unbelievable. For a purse, you probably scar a child for life and hurt the mother like that. It's very, very sad. I say throw the book at him.
Yeah.
Getting into other news, the 2025 Maryland General Assembly gathered into session on Wednesday. The session will last until Monday, April 9th, and adjourn at midnight on that day. The House of Delegates had a meeting starting at around 12 o'clock noon, where lawmakers voted on some procedural matters. Governor Westmore paid a visit to the House. This is going to be a good session for the people of Maryland, and by the time we get to sign die, the people will know that we came here and we got the work done on their behalf. He told legislators. And getting into other news, Frederick County is now being accepted for Frederick County's critical farmers program, and obviously very important for Frederick County as we are an agricultural county that provides assistance for farmers who want to buy property but can't compete against other buyers who have more resources. It also helps to preserve agricultural property. and taking a look at weather. Danny, what could I say? Cold. Were you freezing this morning when you woke up?
I've been freezing since December 1st. So,
Right? So I love, obviously I love what I do, but what I hate is when I get up so early in the morning, it's even colder than when normal folks get up, and it's dark, it's dreary, and it is tough. But again, luckily the good thing is I love what I do and I love the people I work with, so I can't complain too much. Today, windy with on and off snow showers this morning, bright sunshine later on. So there you go. There's some good news, Danny. Bright sunshine. High of 30 tonight. Oh my goodness, it's going to get down to a low of 16. Mainly clear skies. We're still going to have those winds. Going to be about 10 to 20 miles an hour. And taking a look, tomorrow is your TGIF forecast. I try to look at it like this, Danny, when I'm giving a thank God it's Friday forecast, no matter how bad the forecast might be, it's still Friday, right? So it's
it is
not
right. That's
completely
right.
bad. So,
Oh,
taking a look at tomorrow's forecast, we're going to have a high of 33, partly cloudy skies in the morning. We'll give away to cloudy skies during the afternoon. We'll get up a little bit. It won't be 16 degrees. However, it still be well below freezing at 24 for the low, very cloudy with some snow showers tomorrow night. So there you go. That is the news and weather for tomorrow. And
yep.
Bob Miller, he's not here because again he's taking his wife to the airport, so not sure where she's going. Maybe she's going to Hawaii.
Right, she probably is. Probably is. All right. So here on screen is the movie list that we talk about with Chris. If you have a suggestion of a movie he should watch, he's got to watch two this weekend. So if you have a suggestion, type in that bit.ly address that you see on the screen, type that into your browser. You'll get the full list. I do have to edit to the ones that you've already seen. We will add those to the list, but I can't wait. Monday morning, we will talk about them, and Chris and Bob talk about them on 9:30 a.m. WFMD. And yes, we
So
can't wait to see what's next.
in the near future, I'm hoping to make, again, we're going to do the teaser, Danny. More information will come later on about it, but I'm hoping to make an appearance over at the Everything Frederick and More store. And we'd love for you to come down and also tell us what movies you recommend that I
Yeah.
watch. But I got to be honest with you, Danny. Dan, you have like 250 movies on there. I'm beginning to think if people recommend movies, odds are they're going to be on there. And if it's not on there, it's probably not a classic movie, like you said, but we still want to hear anyway.
Yes, yes. Well, we can. Why? I think we can't. We tell people what's happening on February 1st.
Oh, I'm all for it. I didn't know if you wanted to or not, but yeah, I'm all for it. Sure. I mean, but although I do like teasing, teasing is fun,
Okay.
Danny.
All right. Well, we'll wait. We'll wait till we'll
So
tell them. We'll tell them next week. We'll tell them
maybe,
next.
maybe we'll wait till at least one meeting, then afterwards, maybe we'll tell
It's all good. It's all
them.
good. All right.
All right, my friend.
Well, we thank you for the update. No, you have to get back to work. You got a lot of stuff to do over there. I will see you later on. I'll see you for TGIF.
Good morning, Frederick.
Good morning. All right. I want to thank Chris for that update. Oh goodness. Check out that list though. I think if you didn't catch it, I'll put it up one more time. You can screenshot it. Would love to see what you think of the movies on the list. Maybe we've forgotten some. It is very possible. But these are iconic movies, especially ones that have themes or sayings that Chris hasn't ever heard because, well, he's heard the sayings, but he doesn't get the context because he's never seen the movies. All right, we're going to take a quick break. Then we're going to be back with the highlight of the events happening in Frederick. We've got TikTok Tommy. We got Earl Robbins, who's being honored as an African American of excellence of our community. And yeah, we're going to get right to it all right after these messages.